Hey Jube, he's back, and it's a pickup video. There's a delay doing my PC pickup video. I'm still installing games on that, so I'll save that for next month. But I thought I'll do a pickup showing what hardware I've been collecting over the past. Well, a lot of this hardware I've pre-ordered over the past, well, since January, February time. So it's been a while. Thanks, love. Get good start. Get good service in this restaurant we do here. Yeah, I pre-ordered back in January time, so I paid for it back then. So there's quite a fair bit to show you, including some interesting software and other tut. But as always, starting off with Vinyl of the Month, quite a cheap one. INXS Kick album, their best album I would argue. It's obviously got all the better songs like New Sensation, Never Tear Us Apart and Mystify. So it's, and that was only in a charity shop. I think I paid back £2 or £3 for that, all in good condition. So quite happy to have that. Turning to hardware, I have here, I got this from Retro Hunter, the game shop in Leigh-on-Sea. Ali had this. I can't remember what I paid for this, but it's completely mint. Sega Saturn modem. So it's a bit of a one for a shelf really, because obviously there's no way of using this today. But it all comes complete with it for a Japanese box, so I've got it shrink wrapped to keep it all pristine. Also, I've got picked this up while it's still available. It's a Mad Bullets kit for the Switch. Now it comes with a digital version of the game. Unfortunately, you can't get a physical copy of the game, but you can get a digital code, and it comes with the two almost like Konami type guns, arcadey type guns. So the reason why I got that is for that reason more than anything else really. It's not a bad shooting game. 8-bit do. I brought out some Neo Geo controllers that are compatible. Excuse the moving camera, there's a cat messing around. But anyway, yeah, it's an 8-bit do SNK controller that's compatible with Switch and PC, and also the Neo Geo Minis. I went for the sort of a Fatal Fury paintwork one of Terry Bogard. I thought that's cooler than the all plain black one. I think you can get a few other character ones as well, but I thought that was the best one to go for really. I'm hoping that at some point they'll bring out a dongle so you can actually use this on the Neo Geo consoles, the main ones like the AES and MVS and obviously the CD system, which is, you know, what this first came out for, the original controllers. So that was neat. Also got for about £20. I thought I might as well pick it up while it's still available. It's the Egret 2 mini pad. Some people say the what do you call that? Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. That part of the controller of it's escaped my mind now. It's not a best. It's not a best pad for that reason. Up, down, left, right, whatever you call it again. Yeah, I'll remember after this video. But basically, it's supposed to be not the best, but it's still a proper controller for a system. Right there. I finally bit the bullet and got myself a modded Dreamcast. I got one off eBay about 6 months ago, and it been completely modded, so it has the GDMU in it and power supply mod and other bits done to it. They put it in a brand new black shell, which is really cool. And so because it's a black show, I had to get myself a black Retro Fighter controller plus a crystal black VMU and with vibration shock pack, what they call it. I've got a crystal one of them, which is like a third party Mad Catz type one or something like that, which I got from the States, so it all looks completely Monty. I also bought off of eBay a 256 megabyte card, which has got the complete PAL collection of Dreamcast games, all the best exclusive Japanese and American games, and all the Atomic Wave games on it as well. And it's got a lovely front end on it, and so I've got that set up with my main TV. So I still got my disc drive modded Dreamcast in the game room for playing my disc games, but I also gone for a GDEMU way. Bit of a bullet, quite pleased with that though. And that's the controller I got for it. These are getting really hard to get hold of, especially black. Grey's quite common. I know Retro Fighters are bringing out a new wireless pad, but I don't like it because the VMU is not actually in it. It has to be connected to the little dongle that's connected to the machine. But I like to be able to see a VMU. That's one of the novelties of the Dreamcast controllers. And also you can't get a black one of those pads yet. I think it's only grey and green or something like that. They'll probably bring out more colours later, but I'm still not 100% mad on it, so I'd rather have this type. I do believe 8-bit, not 8-bit, Retrobit are have already produced some prototypes of their Dreamcast pads, which will come out in about 1 or 2 years. So I may end up getting one of those at some point in the future as well, but we'll see. Okay, analog. This is when they ordered it in the beginning of the year. Came about 6 weeks ago. The Analog Pocket with the Game Gear adapter, and also the dock, which they're all retail price, and that's all usual with analog. Gets done by import duties with those. I had also ordered at the time the actual other portable devices adapters, like for the links and stuff, but they've still not been dispatched yet. And also at the time of year, I managed to get a pre-order in for a black Super NT. This is the second one. The first one they sent to me were courier, which was DHL. Took about 3 weeks to get to Falk, and then they decided to ship it to Germany instead of shipping it to my house for whatever reason. So and it got lost, and it took about 2 months before Analog would agree to send me out a replacement. So got one in the end, and they did send it out by FedEx, which was much better courier service than DHL. And it came with this black envelope, and I couldn't remember what that was, and I did open it. Unfortunately, might as well have kept it sealed. But all that's inside it is a replica SNES box for Super Kowakin, a game which is installed on the console. So yeah, I've got that. I do have a Mega SG as well, but I've not found homes for those yet because I've got the Retro Freaks. I wanted those consoles because I think they're going to be the ultimate version of the consoles. So I thought I'd best get those while I could. The Pocket I got loose in a nice little control, little case I have, and I've not modded the Pocket yet. The reason being is I've got so many other ways of playing arcade games. I don't really need to mod it, if that makes sense. But I might do it at some point. I just don't know. Part of me is thinking of keeping it like original settings, just as a dedicated Game Boy player type thing. But I don't know. I don't know, guys. I may end up modding it anyway, but we'll see. Okay, that's all the hardware bits. And like I said, a lot of those I've had ordered a long time ago, so none of it cheap. Okay, interesting hardware bit, software bits. First of all, a bit of junk. I got this for about £6 or £7 off eBay. It's a Conker's Bad Fur Day coin, collectible coin. Unusual. I've got some interesting software. I have here a 2 CD soundtrack called Sega Presents Club Saturn, and this has got a lot of club versions of a lot of games. So it's got Nights into Dreams, Daytona Racing, Virtual Cop, Sonic 3D, Athletic Kings, Sega Rally, Baku Baku, Virtua Fighter, Fighting Vipers, another version of Nights into Dreams, Duel, Golden Axe game, Worldwide Soccer, Shinobi X, Baku Baku, another version, and Fighting Vipers. So that was dirt cheap. That was about £6. Also from the Retro Game Store, Retro Game Collector, what it was called, store, whatever they had. He showed him what's in his box video quite a few months back. This interesting DVD, Japanese exclusive DVD. It's all new and sealed. It is the Sega Saturn History Visual Collection. So it's got actual gameplay of a lot of the classic games, like Virtual Cop, Virtual Fighters 2, Shining Wisdom, Nights into Dreams, Virtual Cop 2, Dragon Force, Panzer Dragoon, all sorts. And they were selling it on the shop, £20, so I picked it up straight away when I saw a video, and I sort of beat Retro Game Collector, Retro Import gamer James to it because he wanted to order it and then he was too late. Yeah, that's a really interesting DVD. It's about 2 hours of footage on it, there is. And I've looked on eBay, and copies on eBay are going for about £50 plus, and they're not common at all, they're quite unusual. So I thought, yeah, that's an interesting bit for the collection. While we're on the Saturn, there's a few other weird bits I've got. This wasn't a lot of money, I think this was about £12, all minty. It's Sega Saturn Photo CD operating system. Basically, I think you put the disc into your machine and it has software so you can watch. You can do view JPEGs on recorded CDRs and stuff, I suppose, that sort of thing. So it's a bit of a viewing software thing, which when there were other easy ways of seeing digital photos, I suppose, other than on a computer, I suppose. But yeah, I've got that, a bit of a novelty. There's a few other Saturn games I thought I'd get while they were cheap because people recommended them. First of all, I've got the World Series baseball games, Sega Sports 1 and 2. These are supposed to be really good baseball games by Sega. So I thought I'll get those while they're cheap. I think they're about around about £12 to £15 mark each, so they're all minty. And also Champion 2D Rob recommended this game. You got the Japanese version of WrestleMania, the arcade game. So I just went for the PAL copy. You can also get this on PS1, and the PS1 copies are slightly more expensive than the Saturn version, so I thought I might as well go for the Saturn copy. Okay, still with Sega. Got this from while I was on holiday a few months back. This was in Grimsby, which is a very grim place indeed. We only stopped off there for a cup of coffee and while we was visiting other people in the area. But anyway, it is the Mega CD game. What's it called? Brutal Paws of Fury. It's a kind of fighting game whereby you play like these animals. I don't think it's particularly fantastic, but it's an interesting game, I must say. On the Mega Drive, you can get physical copies of the homebrew version or homebrew port of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, the game, which never actually came out on a physical format anywhere, I don't think. I think it's only arcade type ports. It's playable. It works on the Mega Drive. It comes with a nice little manual too. So this was really nicely done. I got this from AliExpress of all places, but it's a really well made copy actually. Really decent case. Quite unusual because some of these Chinese imports, it's just poorly put together, but I can get it open. This one's actually nicely presented. It's actually a proper decent cartridge with screws, real screws, and not just fake ones. And there's a decent quality printed manual too. That's not all, you know, bad, poorly printed. So yeah, that wasn't a lot of money. I think that was about, about £15 mark or something like that. So I thought it'd be nice to get another unusual homebrew game for the Mega Drive, and to actually have a physical way of playing that game. Also, I got the cartridge. This is I had the repo cartridge, but I wanted the original of Marvel Superheroes War of the Gems. I ended up getting this from eBay in the end because I did order a copy from CEX, but I had to take it back because they sent me a really beaten up, nasty American copy of the game. But I wanted a PAL copy, so I got a nice PAL copy in this really good quality reproduction case, which you can get from, what's that store called? Oh god, the name escapes me, but they do really good quality game cases, and I just, on my decent printer, printed off a really good cover from oh, my brain's really not with it today. I can't remember where, is it the Cover Project? Yeah, I think it's the Cover Project. Okay. Let's turn to some more import Saturn. This is Die Hard Arcade, but I thought I'll get the Japanese copy because it was cheap. Dynamite Decker. I really like the box art of that. Sort of cheesy image of Bruce Willis there. So I thought I'd get that. And also one I've been wanting to upgrade my, I do have this on the PS1, but I wanted and a Reaper copy on the Saturn, but I wanted the original copy of Strikers 1945, so I've got that too. Last game for the Sega would be ordered a copy of Demolition Racer No Exit. The reason why I got this is because it's a small part of the game whereby it's got light gun elements in it, believe it or not. And I wanted to get the all the sort of like physical copies of the light gun games you can get for Dreamcast. So, but you know, you can't get a PAL copy of this. You have to get it from the States or Japan. So I got the Demolition Racer No Exit American copy. It wasn't a lot of money, and they actually sent me a brand new sealed copy of it. But I can, like I said, I can play it on my modded Dreamcast anyway, so that's not a problem because I've got the digital copy of the game on that. Okay, we can do some really old retro stuff, so this will keep Stu really happy. Some really cheap and cheerful Atari 2600 games. I've got these from I think it's Retro Hunter. They weren't a lot of money. I think the most expensive one, ironically, is Adventure. I think that was about £8 or £10 mark. I know a lot of these I used to give away the next to nothing at car boots years ago, but even ones like Adventure are becoming, going up there in price for this cart. I also got a cheap copy of Superman. Again, really bad game. A better game, Atari Phoenix, and the classic Defender. Not uncommon games in the slightest, but still. Something that they had in Retro Hunter 2, which I thought, oh, that's interesting. It's all complete and in really good condition. It wasn't a lot of money. I think it was about a £12 mark. And it's the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Intellivision game. Okay box art, not the best box art, but it's okay, I think. But I really are drawn to physical copies of Dungeons and Dragons games. I've got so many already. And I thought, even though I do not have an Intellivision, and nor do I plan to ever play it, get an Intellivision, because the graphics are so bloody basic. I'm just quite happy to have, that physical cart for my Dungeons and Dragons collection. Moving to a new system, Game Boy Advance. I thought I had these, but when I checked my list, I didn't. Champion 2D, well, again, shouted about this game on this channel a while back, saying how good it is. And I do have the second one already as part of a multi-cart set. At the time, you could get about 2 or 3 games on the same cartridge, official licensed ones, and Lilo and Stitch 2 was on that. But the first Lilo and Stitch is the one to go after. This has got really good run and gun type elements, a bit like Gunstar Heroes type things. Again, not a cheap game anymore. I think I got this for about a £30 mark, all complete. Again, with collecting Game Boy Advance, you've got to be so careful not to get so-called Chinese knockoff copies, especially from America. Because sometimes, if they come with a big shiny box and everything else, and a really thin manual, usually it's a knockoff copy. So we're pleased to have a proper copy of that. Last but not least, I've got a few PS2 goodies to show you. Actually, I do have one modern game to show you guys, which I'll just show you because it's interesting. But I'll do a PS2 first. Retro Hunt had one of these games. I can't remember which one, but there was 2, so I got the other one from eBay. They weren't a lot of money. I think they're about £15 to £20 mark. It is Bobo Bobo Bobo. Yeah, and also Bobo 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 Hikey Matsuri. These are really 2 wacky games. They are playable. And lots of interesting videos of them on YouTube. But I think they are highly desirable for PS2 collectors. And I know I heard of this one when I saw it in Retro Hunter before, so I thought if they had it, I'll get it. And I did a bit more research and realised there was another one, so I got the other one. So pleased to have those for my Japanese PS2 imports. Another ones I've got, I think there's 2 others, one I own already and one I need to get. And that's based on the anime Blood of the Last Vampire. So we've got Blood of the Last Vampire, that one and that one there. And you're thinking, it's got the same title, it's just a different picture. And even on the side, all they say is Blood of the Last Vampire. So it's a bit difficult to distinguish the difference. They're two separate games, as detailed on the back. So I don't know if it was like a part 1 or part 2 of a game. I'm not too sure, but they are 2 separate ones. And there's the 3rd one, which is completely different box art, which I will be getting as well. And I think I already own a 4th one. So yeah, basically you play as a Japanese demon hunter, and a lot of the demons are just like vampires. and basically you go around with a samurai short sword, and you're dressed as in disguise as a Japanese high school girl, as you do. So yeah. No. My wife has shouted big boobs. No, that's not a reason why I get these Japanese games in the slightest. She's laughing. Of course it's not. It's for the gameplay and artistry. I'll say artistry. I got there in the end. Okay, one other game which I got, because I got a few of these already, is in Japan. They brought out a lot of versions of Dead by Daylight, which are dedicated to certain IP. I've got a Silent Hill one already. In the UK they did bring out a Stranger Things one, which goes for mega money now, which I own as well. There's one off the Ring too, but this one is like a 5th anniversary one, and on the back it comes with DLC. You know, inside it comes with it's all printed on a disc. Actual that cover, it's on a disc, so it's a unique disc. Unfortunately, you need the DLC code to get the characters, but a lot of these online games will be working when the server's down anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. I just wanted a cheap physical copy because it's got on the back Resident Evil stuff, so it's got Resident Evil characters, and being a big Resident Evil nut collector, I had to get this, and the cheapest way of getting this is, like I said, used from Amazon Japan. So this was about £28 with shipping from Amazon Japan. If I wanted to get a sealed copy, it would be about £60 mark, so I didn't bother. I just got a used copy. That'll do me. Just for my Resident Evil collection. Okay, and that's it. That's all my pickups. I do have a bag of PS4, PS5 and Switch games to show, which I will show it another day. I thought, since last pickup video was mostly mostly new stuff, I thought I'd do a nice retro one for people who are more interested in that. Not saying any names, Stu. But anyway, all the same, a good lot, and it gives me an excuse now to put this lot away as well. So anyway, guys, hope you're all doing well. Take care. Until next time, bye.